What has Josh Allen gotten so much better at than when you first found him in Buffalo that even makes you sit back and be impressed, knowing how impressive this kid's skill set and physical skill set is, Jordan?
Well, I mean, I'm not like blown away by plays that he makes anymore. I'm like one of the only people that's been watching him since he was a sophomore in college. So, he juked two dudes the other day in New Orleans. And I mean, I reposted it, but I'm not sitting here going, wow, because I've seen it a million times. I'm really impressed, with his just pursuit at getting better. And I know that sounds like cliche, like who's not trying to get better. But I can just tell you, not everybody is willing to honestly look at what they're not very good at and then just spend whatever amount of time, effort, energy, and resources it takes to get better at it. And so if the follow-up question is, what has he gotten, what has he improved at the most? Ironically, I think he's become more of a game manager. And I know that like Cam Newton and Tom Brady and these people have had these quotes where they say game manager is not a derogatory term. You have to be a great manager. I just feel like I was saying it before anybody else was, where I'm like, Tom Brady is the greatest game manager of all time, right? And so also the greatest player. And so for me, I think I've talked about it with you, there's this evolution that quarterbacks go through. So in high school, if you're a 5-star, okay, and you have a bunch of offers and you're picking between one of 25 grade schools, you're basically rewarded by your ability to make plays. Because when you try out for the Elite 11, we look at your highlight tape. When you're going to move from a 3-star to a 4-star to 5, it's your highlight tape. Okay. And so it's making plays it's a rewards-based system off of being a playmaker. And then you go to college. How do you win the Heisman? Well, everyone has their Heisman moment, right? And so it's a series of incredible plays that you've made that are backed by wins and stats as well. You can't have one without the other. And then how do you get drafted high? Well, a lot of times it's your ability, can he make every throw? Can he elevate a team? And so it's still this like rewards-based system around being a playmaker. But in my unique experience where I sit helping people at all three levels, I do think playmaking is helpful, but you've got to be able to put the ball in play every available opportunity. Part of that is decision-making. Part of that is footwork and getting yourself aligned and all that. And the other part is accuracy. And so you got to be able to see the whole board and resist the temptation to make a play when it's not there. And you have to put the ball in play. And then the best players at the position in NFL, I think, put the ball in play every available opportunity, and when needed, can make a play. And I think, honestly, that's what we're seeing with Caleb Williams is still the need and the thirst to make a play and potentially missing out on opportunities to just put the ball in play. And so with Josh, the way that that's played out from a statistical standpoint is he doesn't turn it over anymore. Like he's scoring more touchdowns than everybody, and he's kind of been doing that for a while, but now he's also like turning it over less than everybody. And I think it's not one thing that he's done, but that's the one thing that I look at where even though their defenses looked, like they're struggling at times this season, they are the only 4-0 AFC team, but like even though the defense looks like it's had holes or this didn't click or they didn't run the ball, you always have a shot if your quarterback is not going to turn it over and has proven to be what he is, which is a guy who the game's not over until it's over, and he can come back and score a bunch of points at the end if you have to. And so I think as I look at him and love watching him play and love him as a person, I'm just really proud and love watching the game manager he's turned into, even though he still makes 4 to 8 highlight plays a game.
Hey, you made it all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Check us out every single day streaming live on Disney Plus and the ESPN app 12 to 3 Eastern.